All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Everyday Whiskey. I'm Mike.
And I'm Dan. And this week we are doing yet another Penelope release.
Yes.
As you know, Mike and I have gone on an unconfirmed mission to just buy every Penelope release that comes out. Granted, the Penelope 17-year light whiskey was given to us by one of our friends, Constantino. Thank you again, sir, for that.
Yes.
This one did come out of our own pockets here. So this is Penelope's brand new release, Chapter 1 of their cigar blend. It's not a cigar cut, and it's an American whiskey, not a bourbon.
Correct.
So that's what Mike and I know.
You know what's really funny with Penelope? Like, we don't even go out of our way to hunt these bottles down.
No, not
like,
really.
whenever they announce a release, it's not like we're like, oh shit, we got a mod. Like, we just somehow always acquire them.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know. It's just, Penelope's our brand, I guess.
Like, I think I stopped buying the God damn it, Yoda. I think I stopped buying the Architect releases after, like, batch 4.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I'm like, I don't know how much more different this can get. They do have a Architect creme brulee finish coming out soon, which, to me, that's probably got to be good. And we're going to need to get that one as well. Along with the Jack Daniel's Blackberry, of course.
I think the biggest thing is, though, like, it's not hard for us to get these allocations. I
No.
mean, you get them at the store.
These are easier than,
not like-
most,
yeah.
to be honest. Like, obviously, like, when, like, the marshmallow toasts are super hard to get. All the light whiskey releases are a little harder to get. Rio Havana. But, like, some of their subsidiary releases, like, you know, the Rosé releases, the like Cigar Cut, the Valencia, stuff like that. Those, you know, are pretty easy to get a case of. 1 second. So yeah, so we got this, and we're gonna, like I said, Mike and I don't have too much experience with cigar cuts, which is initially what I thought this was supposed to be, and it's not.
Yeah, and there is apparently a difference, which Dan will go into. The only cigar cut I've ever known was the Joseph Magnus, and
Old Elk makes one too.
Yes, you're right. Old Elk does.
Those
you
are
know
two-
what? Now that I'm thinking about it, Dalmore.
Dalmore, yeah, but
that's a blend.
Yeah, that's
a
why.
cigar blend?
Yeah, something like that. But either way, that's Scotch, so that's
Yeah,
like, even a little more further pedestrian from what we're doing right now. But there's probably more out there. But those are the two that Mike and I are familiar with.
I'm sure there's a ton. It's just not something we've ever sought after. So let's give a brief explanation of the difference to our best understanding.
Yeah. So take this with a grain of salt.
Yes.
This is what I know to be a cigar cut. So essentially, it's got to be 6 years old. They go through what's called like a secondary maturation, which basically pulls even more flavor out of the oak. All of your secondary flavors that may be hidden within the barrel kind of pulls them more to the forefront than they would have been otherwise. They usually need to be higher proof, anywhere between like 115 and like 130 proof, because again, these are made to be paired with a cigar. So they need to be big, bold, spicy, high proof, textured out. They need to be able to hold up against like a hearty cigar, because when you do smoke a cigar and you're drinking, the cigar naturally numbs up your taste buds. So a lot of the fine, more subtle flavors tend to get washed away. So when you have a bourbon like that, it needs to be able to hold up against that. It's just like if you're drinking red wine, you want to go with like a red meat, like a steak or something like that. Something that's a little heartier. Exactly.
Savory flavors.
So kind of what Penelope did with this is they went with the Penelope style, which tends to be a little on the, you know, again, we haven't tried it yet, but Penelope's bourbons tend to be a little on the lighter, sweeter, more like user-friendly versions of the expressions.
They're very approachable bourbons. You know, another testament to that is no matter what they release, like you'll never see them astronomically priced, which I really appreciate.
And the proof isn't stupid high besides the light whiskeys.
I will put a disclaimer, there are some places that I know of in Jersey that do in fact mark the shit up out of some of their releases, but that is not common. Not nearly as common as Buffalo Trace products and other stuff.
Yeah, so... but apparently, from what we know, this is a cigar blend, which apparently had cigar aficionados and cigar experts work hand in hand with the master blenders and distillers at Penelope to create the perfect pairing for a cigar when it comes to whiskey.
This is a perfect time to transition to story time with me.
Okay, read the bottle, and then once he's done reading this bottle, then we're going to drink it, and we're going to get into it.
So here's what this bottle in particular is all about. And I noticed how it's a cigar band label.
That's cool.
I love that.
And they always do a really nice job of packaging, and that's a really nice touch.
And I didn't know, I've seen this on shelves all over the past few weeks.
It's cool.
Never noticed that this was a cigar band until today.
Yeah.
So, anyway, story time. Penelope Cigar Sessions Chapter 1 brings together master cigar and whiskey blenders, uniting their crafts to create the ultimate pairing for medium-bodied cigars. The blend of straight bourbon, 100% American single malt, and American light whiskey elevates the cigar experience with its rich, balanced character, experience innovation, and passion in every sip. Okay, so this is what I'm going to expect out of this bottle. A, they definitely just used their light whiskey, their single malt, and put it all together. B, I'm expecting kind of sweeter tones, a little bit maltier due to the single malt. The light whiskey is where this is going to get interesting.
Well, I think that's where maybe some of your brighter, poppier, perfumey flavors might come from.
The light whiskey is what's gonna really kind of switch things up.
All right, let's pop this thing. Yeah. Let's see what happens here. Again, Penelope has just been putting out hammer after hammer after hammer the last year plus.
Yeah, so they can't be stopped.
Let's see if this let's see if this stacks up against their other releases, or maybe this is finally the one that is still good, but maybe not in the upper echelon of some of the Whiskey of the Year candidates they've had.
Yeah, there's a reason we kind of DQ'd them from Whiskey of the Year, because it wasn't working out.
To me, the nose on this is purely American single malt. You really get dark, raspberry, really dark fruit raspberry.
Yeah, dark fruit, a little bit of red fruit.
It's got some mustiness as well, kind of that wet basement kind of thing going on the back end of the nose. I like the nose. It's very subtle. And this is 101 proof?
Yeah, 101.
101.
So it shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah. So 101 proof. So actually, on the lower side, I know the Van and the Rios are all 98. So this is probably actually pretty normal.
101, and then what else is it? Oh, it's just the alcohol percentage. All right, never mind. All right, let's see.
Oh, it's
I actually like it.
It's very subtle. It's very subtle. That raspberry is really there.
Yeah, I was going to say, before I go into I need to do another sip.
Yeah, that American single malt's really doing a lot of, for me, is doing a lot of the heavy lifting. He likes
my keys.
He likes keys.
All right, whatever.
It's fine. He's going to run it.
Yeah, I need to sip this through again because...
Yeah.
This is another one of those whiskeys.
You smell it, you get this corn ethanol note. If you smell towards the bottom, the light whiskey actually has a little bit of on the nose. I'm getting more of that.
This is one of those whiskeys where it's got very distinct palate in terms of the finish is different from the taste, which is different from the initial. Hold on, we might have trouble. Which is different from the initial taste of it, when it first hits your tongue.
Dodo, come on, Bubs. Puppies.
There he goes.
There we go.
So I'm trying to dissect all these different.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in the palate for me. The immediate is raspberry / dark fruits. You get a little bit of this bright pop of corn sweetness from the light whiskey, and then as far as it said bourbon as well. It's 3. Yeah, the straight bourbon, I'm not getting a whole lot in there. It's in there in some capacity. There's some graininess, so I'm assuming it's their base 4 grain they're using.
Yeah. I get a lot of cocoa / dark chocolate coffee notes on the back end.
I get a little
something. It's something dark.
It's an espresso for
nutty.
Me. Yeah,
espresso, right? It's kind of like an espresso.
Yeah,
like a robust espresso on the finish.
If we didn't have copyright music, we could play Sabrina Carpenter espresso.
Yeah,
right now. That would be cool.
And the front you kind of nailed. It's kind of a fruity front, sweet, light.
All right, I think I've got enough.
It's got
of
a pretty long finish
to kind of go into it. So
I like it.
To me, I think it's very good. But here's my asterisk to this.
Yeah, I need to know your.
So, but when you release something like this. Obviously, Penelope with their batch ones, those are always going to be built off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is not the final product. This is just going to be the jumping point. So I'm assuming this is going to get better and better and better every time they keep doing it, if they keep doing it.
Yeah.
But when you compare this to, like, the 17-year light, the 15-year light, the Havana, the Rio, the stuff that, like, these whiskeys probably will go down as, like, some of the as legacy releases.
Pause. You were talking about how this most likely won't be the only expression.
No, yeah. So there's probably
going to build off.
I think this is a jumping off point.
Yeah.
I think it's very good, but I wanted more out of it. I think I think they could have upped the proof more and gone up to 116 with the toasted to really kind of max out. Like, imagine if that American single malt flavor was just like turned up to 11, the raspberry and the dark fruit, and like I'm not a big fan of the bright ethanol-y tones you get at certain points in the palate. I think that screams, even though I'm not okay, don't kill me, it screams young. It tastes young at those points. It's a very rich American single malt when you do get to that point in the palate, but I think the actual light whiskey is taking away from that. So
I do too.
I think if they had just released this as an American single malt bourbon blend and kept the light whiskey out, because obviously the light whiskey is going to be higher in proof, but they only proofed it out at 101.
Yeah, it's not that high.
Again, this is not like, I'm not ripping this thing a new one. It's very good. These are just like my technical points.
It's very valid points for sure. I think the only reason I'm not ripping, or I don't want to say ripping into it, the only reason I'm not going as hard on this is I had no idea this was a release even scheduled until I started seeing it on shelves. Because again, like I said, I don't follow Penelope. We really don't follow them closely.
Like, we follow them on Instagram and stuff, and like we still are like if I texted,
we follow in that sense, but we're not like waiting at like chomping at the bit for the next release.
Not at all. We're not on like forums or email lists or anything like that. Yeah. But like if Mike and I decided like, let's text Mike today, Palladini, to explain to us like what's with the cigar blend,
he'd answer. Yeah,
that's the sense we follow them.
The other thing is like you mentioned, this is without a doubt going to be a building block. It will build off of this. I do think one thing they did correct was pair it with a medium-bodied cigar. This typically, when I think of a whiskey and cigar, I think of a much stronger whiskey because usually if I have a cigar, it's a little bit more robust, and I need something heavy to cut through that.
Robust.
So this is delicate enough to, I feel like, to handle a light to medium-bodied cigar. I don't think it would pair well with anything
like
harder. And then the third and final reason as to why I don't have as many opinions, I guess, is because this is really the only cigar blend / cut I've ever had, ever. So I have no reference point. I'm kind of basing my review off of the fact that it's a single malt and a light whiskey. I've got no experience with cigar blends or cigar cuts. This is the first of both for me.
I think, to me, the cigar blend, this is a innovation in itself.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing like this on the market.
No.
So there's cigar cuts, which are bourbons that are leading towards the palate to pair with a cigar.
Correct.
But there's never been a bourbon that was specifically, or an American whiskey is not a bourbon, specifically made with cigar enthusiasts in mind, down to the packaging and the marketing and all this stuff. And the price point of this is not bad. It's $90. So,
fair.
You see Havanas and Rios still going for $150 on the shelf. Your light whiskey is $130 on the shelf. And then most of, this is probably priced out along with your Valencia release and stuff like that. So, I know this has been a long-winded episode, a lot of talking, a lot of hit points, and again, we love Penelope. We really like this release, but I think this one left itself open to the most criticism out of any release they've had in the last 18 months.
It's not negative criticism.
No. It's just, I wouldn't call it constructive either, because you and me don't know shit.
Yeah, that's true, but it's just, I don't know. I'm happy with it. I think I'm going to give this a 7.6 for me.
All right, I was in the realm, Yoda. Thank you, sir. This is the end of the video, man. You're kind of killing my buzz. Down, whiskey kitty, down. A lot going on in this video.
Yeah, it's a video.
So all right. So my score, I was at a 7.3 personally. So I'll meet you at a 7.5, and that's more.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair number for this. So again, 7.5, still a really good score, a really good whiskey. So if you guys are on the fence with the new release, I think Mike and I would both say yes. If you are a Penelope fan and you want to try the new one, I would definitely buy it. It's worth the $90.
100%.
And this can only get better. And if I know Penelope,
It will get
Rosé
better.
Batch 1 was not good, and now the Rosé cast finishes are some of their best releases. The Valencia Batch 1 was not good, and now they're absolutely fantastic. So
Hey, you gotta start somewhere.
those guys learn from, and we're not going to say mistakes, but they learn from feedback really well when it comes to their releases, and they do listen to their consumers very well. So with that being said, if you made it to this point in the video, we really appreciate you watching. Yet another Penelope video. Unfortunately, this one will not be contending for Whiskey of the Year. Can't all be winners, but this one is definitely not a loser. So cheers, everybody. Have a great night.
Cheers.